Well, I hope you're thirsty because we're reviewing Halloween H2O. Yeah, when it came out in 1998, people referred to it as Halloween Water. It was actually kind of a big deal because series veteran Jamie Lee Curtis was reprising her role as Laurie Strode. Oops, sorry, Carrie Tate. Now wait a minute, didn't Laurie die? Here's the story. Curtis actually wanted to have a final confrontation with her demented brother, our good friend Michael Myers. But she wanted it to be a direct sequel to the first two films, pretty much ignoring the ones that came after. We find out that Laurie actually faked her death, changed her identity, and came to California to be a headmistress for her son's school. Now keep in mind, technically this is Halloween 7. Given the track record of the last couple of films, you wouldn't expect this to be any good. They kept churning them out, and the quality just kept going downhill. Sure, you might think it would be nice to have Jamie Lee Curtis reprise her role. You might think it would be nice to have John Carpenter and Deborah Hill return as the writers. You might even think it would be nice to have Steve Miner directing. That's right, the same guy who helmed Friday the 13th Parts 2 and 3. I mean, it has a lot going for it, so how could it possibly go wrong? Well, I'll tell you. This movie is a complete 180 for the series. Watching it, the filmmakers obviously took a few notes from Wes Craven's Scream. But it also returns to its more simple roots of being a more traditional, suspenseful horror film. Did I just use the word suspense? Huh, go figure. Yes, after a few films of carnage, candy, and really bad writing, the series is finally put back on track. In fact, this is my favorite film in the whole series. They pretty much did everything right. Let's talk about the characters. This is very much a character-driven horror film. Michael Myers actually takes a back seat for the first hour or so. Don't get me wrong, he shows up here and there as he drives all the way from Haddonfield to California, but he doesn't actually dominate the story until the third act, which is unconventional and very much appreciated. The heart of the story is actually Laurie's relationship to her son, John, played by then unknown actor Josh Hartnett. Laurie is an understandably overprotective mother, but she takes her insecurities too far, not allowing him to venture off campus or go on school field trips. For goodness sake, she's the headmistress of his school, so bottom line, she doesn't want him out of his sight. John is tired of dealing with her insecurities, and after 17 years of putting up with it, is pretty much ready to disown her.
What? Mom, I am not responsible for you! That's it. That's enough. I can't take it, Mom. He's dead. Michael Myers is dead.
And that's it. There's no gothic Celtic explanations, no heavy guitar music, and no offbeat comic relief. The one character I'm a little annoyed by is LL Cool J, who plays the school security guard. He has no function in the film aside from letting John and his buddies con him into letting them wander off campus. In every scene he's in, he's on the phone with his wife, reading her prose passages from a cheesy sex novel he's working on writing.
Slender legs, they climbed high up a skirt, leading to two tumultuous, round melon breasts.
Round melon? What? Now why you want to label it like food? And what kind of melon you talking about? Cantaloupe, watermelon, what?
It's not very funny, and you feel he's only in the film because he asked the producers if he could be in it. Although he might actually be the first black guy to successfully survive a horror movie. They not only went back to the traditional John Carpenter score, they perform it using a full-blown orchestra. This might actually be the most chilling version of the piece, and the way they use it to open the film is a huge plus. And that leads me to talk about another character, one who doesn't make an appearance in this film, Donald Pleasance as Dr. Sam Loomis. Although he sadly passed away during the filming of Halloween 6, they still found a way to pay homage to the character by having his voiceover explain just what Michael Myers is.
Right or wrong, I met this 6-year-old child with this blank, pale, emotionless face and the blackest eyes. The devil's eyes.
This is the first time since the original film that he gives his speech, and it actually feels necessary. It's a simple nod to the character and is surprisingly profound. There are also some clever nods to other horror films, namely the original film.
Oh, damn it! Oh, Miss Tate, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to make you jump.
It's okay.
Well, hey, it's Halloween. I guess everyone's entitled to one good scare.
You know, it's Halloween. I guess everyone's entitled to one good scare, huh?
Yes, sir.
And it's fun to see Janet Leigh as a secretary talking to Laurie about how to survive in the horror world.
No, it's not my place. If I could be maternal for a moment. I don't like to see you like this. I've seen you like this before, and we've all had bad things happen to us. The trick is to concentrate on today.
Notice the oh-so-subtle nod to Psycho as she walks to her car. There's also a clever scene where the two female characters are watching Scream 2. This isn't as big of a reference, but it's pretty funny, given that in the original Scream, Jamie Kennedy is seen watching the original Halloween. The greatest moment in this film, of course, is when Laurie and Michael finally meet face to face. This one single shot could have easily been the one-shot poster for the film, and is incredibly effective. The rest of the movie is just Laurie trying to figure out how to kill Michael Myers, and it actually uses suspense above graphic violence. Michael also has some semblance of personality in this film. He gets fairly angry as his sister continually evades him. The final scene, where Laurie steals the ambulance and drives Michael off the side of a hill, is thrilling, and the very last shot is nothing less rewarding. This is, scene for scene, a fun, fast-paced thrill ride that finally gives the audience something worth seeing. I'd be lying if I didn't say parts of it do seem cliché, but in a franchise like this, it's forgivable if they do everything else right. It's got its share of scares, but the character development, the balance of the villain and the heroine, and the ballet of Laurie and Michael all make it work, making it, if not the best in the series, then definitely the best of the sequels.
My brother killed my sister when she was 17.
Well, that's sucky. How'd he do that?
With a really big, sharp kitchen knife.